Honesty is the best policy, but it can also be an expensive policy. Boston's Pedro Martinez contends that baseball's disciplinarian, Bob Watson, wanted him to say that he hit Tampa Bay's Ben Grieve with a pitch last month by accident. Pedro said, "No can do." Martinez revealed for the first time Wednesday he was fined $1,000 for that purpose pitch. For some reason, the Red Sox and Devil Rays have a nasty rivalry. It all started July 18th in Tampa when two batters from each club were plunked, leading to that July 25th Pedro pitch that nailed Grieve at Fenway Park. Red Sox playing the rubber game in Seattle against a Mariners team that came in leading the idle Angels by just one game in the West. Boston off to a big start. Cliff Floyd, his second home run as a member of the Red Sox, while Freddie Garcia in the top of the second gave Boston a 1-0 lead. Bottom four, Casey Fossum against Ruben Sierra. 2 on, nobody out. You can never assume a double play. Can't even assume getting one out. Nomar Torres Sanchez tried to get it out of his glove and make the throw a little too quickly. Everybody is safe, bases loaded. Still in the fourth, 2-1. Ichiro dumps one to left. Ruben Sierra scores, that ball landing just in front of Manny Ramirez. 3-1 Mariners. Top of the fifth, it's a 4-1 game. Trot Nixon steps to the plate. Shoots one softly to short, but the third baseman, Jeff Cirillo, steps in front. And the twirl and the throw. Top of the sixth, Arthur Rhodes was strong, trying to hang on to the lead for Garcia. Trot Nixon has some other ideas, shoots one down the third baseline. It's a 2-run double for Nixon, cuts the lead to 4-3. This is when Rhodes gets really good. In the top of the seventh, with Ramirez on second, he strikes out Cliff Floyd, gets Shea Hillenbrand swinging, 2 down, and gets Varitek swinging as well, striking out the side. And the Mariners do hang on to win 4-3. Boston, since the All-Star break, a mediocre 17-17. Garcia gets just his second win in the last 8 starts. Kazuhiro Sasaki records his 30th save after a 1-2-3 ninth against the heart of the Boston order. The Yanks' Orlando Hernandez was back on the mound against Kansas City. El Duque's been cursed by a sore arm, bad back, numb leg. If I stuck some pins in you wouldn't feel all that good either. Bottom of the sixth, Michael Tucker on first. Hernandez pitch gets by Chris Widger for the second time of the inning. Tucker in scoring position on second. Nefi Perez up with 2 outs. Little bloop job to center to tie the game at 4. El Duque figuring he deserved a better fate. Top of the ninth, Royals up 5-4. Here's Bernie Williams. Little soft infield single to lead off the night. Bernie went 5 for 5 in the ballgame. Later on, here's Raul Mondesi. Pop-up. A.J. Hinch. This is a tough play, but he'll give you the good effort, and he can't hang on. You don't want to give the Yankees or Mondesi a second chance because you know what they do with second chances. Get out of town, and he means it. Yankees at a 6-5 lead. And here we go. Bottom of the ninth now. A man on second, 2 down. Mike Sweeney. He's the tying run. Drills it to left. Shane Spencer coming on. Great grab, especially when you consider the situation. It ends the game and hands Mariano Rivera a save. Who believes in curses anyway, at least outside of Boston? Not El Duque and the Yanks. 7 innings for El Duque. Picks up the big ND, the no decision. Yanks finish off the sweep. They improved to 33-8 against the Royals since the start of the '98 season. It was not Bernie's first 5-hit game. He ties his career high as 3. Kent will always give you a good hack, and he takes a rip at that one down the left field line. A line drive home run. They all count. 2-run shot, 27th of the year. Giants had a 2-0 lead. Marcus Giles against Jason Schmidt. Ropes into left. Barry looks like he has it, but the ball goes off his glove. Andrew Jones will score. And the Braves were trailing by a run 2-1. They scored a double for Giles, but check it out, Barry, how he got himself twisted around. Barry obviously upset with him. He's an excellent outfielder. Don't be fooled just by all the offense. Top of the seventh, rather. 3-1 Giants looking for a pinch hitter. Remember Levon Hernandez on Wednesday night, showcasing that blazing speed by legging out a triple. Maybe Dusty Baker was hoping to rekindle some more of the magic on Thursday. So here is Hernandez. No triple here. In fact, this time it's a meek ground out to third. Score it 5-3. Top of the eighth, it's a 3-1 game. Here's Kent facing Moss with a runner on. Another shot with the ballpark hold it. Andrew Jones leaps at the wall, and Andrew Jones holds it, saving the extra bases. Bottom 9. Chipper Jones facing Rob Nan with 2 on. Nan will...
Here comes the 1-2 to Chipper Jones.
And there is Chipper. Rafael Furcal and Gary Sheffield will move to second and third. Later in the at-bat, Jones the rope there. Furcal and Sheffield score on the play. In the 10th, all sorts of rain, a lengthy delay, an hour 45 to be exact. Officially, here's the deal. The game was called. All the stats will count. The game will be replayed in its entirety.
4.5 out of first and essential 5 out of the wild card. There's the unit taking on old friend, ex-teammate Ken Griffey Jr. That's a strike, and Griffey's going to take another strike. And is he kidding? All right, I'll lift the bat. Goodbye. Bottom of the second, scoreless. Brandon Larson against Randy Johnson. Larson likes the heat. Opposite way, home run off the future Hall of Fame left-hander. Larson's 4th of the year, 1-0 Reds. Bottom 4, Griffey at bat again, trying to get his first hit ever against Randy Johnson. That slider freezes Griffey. Griffey 0 for 2 with 2 Ks against Johnson in this game, 0 for 5 in his career. And then unit off of Ryan Dempster. Dempster got drilled for 3 home runs, but not one by unit. And Griffey appears to come up lame on that play. Let's take another look. Griffey Jr. would have to leave with a sore hip flexor. He's day-to-day. Randy Johnson would later score. Still in the 5th. Remember I mentioned those home runs off of Dempster? Steve Finley. His 3rd in this series, 19th on the year, 5-1 Arizona. To the 7th. 1 out, runners on 2nd and 3rd. It's an 0-2 count to Adam Dunn, and Johnson, just grazed the inside of Dunn's shirt. Bags full. Next batter, it's that guy Larson, who homered in the 2nd. Full count, and Johnson hits him. Boone would score. Suddenly it's 6-2 Arizona. Johnson has given up an infield single and hit 2 batters so far this inning, but Todd Walker, 2-2 count. Johnson blows him away. Next batter facing Randy, Jason LaRue. See ya. 11 strikeouts over 8. Randy gave up 2 hits, and the Diamondbacks win again, this time 7-2. Randy Johnson 5-0 in his last 5 starts, allowing just 5 runs and striking out 59 during that 5-game span. The unit has struck out at least 10 batters 12 times this year, 183 times in his career. Since it was August 15th, the games continued to be played. Expos down 1-0 to the Dodgers. Jose Vidro hits the umpire, Tim Timmons, and then Vidro will get thrown out rounding first. What happened here? Take another look. Watch Tim Timmons try and get out of the way. The ball will hit him anyway in the leg, and the ball comes to a stop. Timmons cost the Expos an extra base hit. Later, bottom 8 still 1-0. Troy O'Leary with the bags full. That's deep. Dave Roberts, though, will run this thing down, and the Dodgers escape the jam with a lead 1-0. Eric Gagne, bottom of the 9th, Dodgers up 1-0, still facing Michael Barrett. Ground ball, Tyler Houston. Whoops, can't handle the throw, bobbles it, and Barrett is safe at first. Later, same score, 2 outs, man on for Jose Vidro.
Here's a 1-1. Vidro hits that ball, base hit, right field. Here comes the runner. Here comes Green's throw. It's going to be out at the plate.
Thanks to Sean Green's arm, the Dodgers keep their lead over the Giants in the wild card battle. Eric Gagne notching his 41st save in 44 chances. Omar Dahl allowing 4 hits in 7 innings to get his 10th win. Vlad Guerrero, well, he went hitless, and he ended his 14-game hit streak.
Scott Rowland and the first-place Cardinals looking for the sweep against the Pirates. Top of the 2nd, Chris Benson to Albert Pujols. Drives one to right. Armando Rios looking up, and that's all he can do. Pujols, 28th homer of the year. Cards at a 1-0 lead. Bottom of the 3rd, Jason Kendall, no batting gloves. We love that always. Kendall grounded to 3rd. Rowland, the backhander, to throw to 1st. Kendall is out. Nice play by Rowland. Didn't get in front of it, but he's a Gold Glover. He knows what he's doing down there. But bottom of the 5th, Kendall at the dish again. Grounds one to Rowland at 3rd. That time, Rowland can't make the play. First error as a Cardinal for Scott. Kendall would be stranded. Mike Williams in the pitch to Edgar Renteria. Ground out to 3rd. Well, he didn't ground out. He just grounded one. Aramis Ramirez booted it. It would get worse for Ramirez. Eli Marrero dropping the bunt. just goes foul. But that would bring everybody in. And on the next pitch, Marrero slaps a single to left. Renteria would score 6-5 cards. Take another look. Ramirez comes in, then has to worry about the ball taking his head off. He was expecting the old bunt play. Tough night for him. Tough night for the Pirates. They fall in a big way, 11-5. Tino Martinez goes 3 for 5, pair of doubles, 4 RBIs for the Victors. Cards sweep a 4-game series in Pittsburgh.
Outings were tied in the second, striking out Kirk Saarloos with a nasty curve. Orlando Merced, yeah. Next batter, Craig Biggio against Pryor. Can't hit that curve. He struck out the side. He wasn't done. In the third, Pryor striking out Lance Locke Berkman. 4 in a row. Jeff Bagwell, make it 5 straight strikeouts from Mark Pryor. Next batter, Jeff Blum misses the heat, 6 in a row. Top 4, Richard Hidalgo looks at strike 3. That's 7 straight, tying the team record, held by Jamie Moyer and Kerry Wood. Bottom 7, tie game. At 3, Corey Patterson off of Saarloos. No doubt. Over the fence, putting the Cubs up by the score of 4-3. Next batter, Mark Bellhorn. Off of Saarloos. Cubs up 5-3. Bottom 8, you know who had to be heard from. The Major League leader in home runs, Sammy Sosa, number 41. That one off of Brandon Pupper. And the Cubs win by the score of 6-4, avoiding the 4-game sweep. Mark Pryor now has 43 strikeouts in his last 27 innings.
League team to take a series in Minnesota since early May. Kyle Oesch against Geronimo Heel. Heel hits the third off of Corey Koski. Christian Guzman has his back, making the great play to throw out Heel. Koski, just the deflection, doesn't bother Guzman whatsoever. Top of the 5th, 1-0 Orioles. Oesch facing Chris Singleton. Singleton pops one up. A deep pop-up down the left field line of foul territory. Dustin Moore. How's that for a great sliding catch? Top of the 8th, tied at 1. Melvin Mora, get out of town. Doing his little Sammy Sosa impression. The Orioles, a 3-1 winner.
Tribe and the D-Rays. Another team going for a sweep is Cleveland. Joe Kennedy on the mound. A kick save and a beauty. Watch it again.
Watch how he holds the ball up for the umpire. That ball didn't appear to hit the ground. I saw the umpire. I caught it.
Yeah.
You're out.
Just wanted to make sure and made the throw to first anyway. Who says soccer didn't catch on in the United States? Top 9, 1-all ball game. Kareem Garcia against Travis Harper. 1 on, 2 in. Indians take a 3-1 lead on Garcia's 3rd home run. Bottom 9, 2 outs. Runners on the corners. Drama in Tampa. Mark Wohlers pitching to Andy Sheets on a 3-2 count. Ball game. Game-winning 3-run homer. 4th home run of the season for Sheets. Devil Rays win it 4.
Since August of '96. Top of the 5th, Mets D stands for disastrous. Catcher Vance Wilson's throw to first gets by Mo Vaughn, and Bubba Trammell goes to second. Error on Wilson is 4th. Next batter, Davy Cruz grounds one to first. Vaughn can't come up with this one either. Trammell goes to third. Error on Vaughn, his 9th. Later in the inning, Ramon Vasquez pops one up to third. Ty Wigginton actually loses it in the sun. Not ruled an error, although the Mets did make 3 in the game. Mets have lost 8 straight at home for the first time since 1980. Brewers came in with the fewest road victories in the National League, 17. Bottom of the 1st, Jeremy Giambi, 2-run home run, his 10th. Ruben Quevedo leads the National League in home runs allowed with 28. Phils win at 5 Rock.